Hello, thanks for looking at this video. The purpose of the video is to illustrate how a tutor or a student might look at an assignment, the Turnitin report of an assignment, to see whether or not there's any kind of problem with unattributed matched text. Now on the screen that you can see, the first thing to notice is there's a lot of highlighting, but of course this is text on the cover sheets and that can be ignored. So I'm going to move beyond the cover sheets down to where the actual text starts, which is here. Now on this page, which is a page of the assignment, you can see a small amount of highlighted text, and the words concerned are University of the West Indies, and then there are a couple of individual words. Now when there's a short phrase like this, or even a list of names, the highlighting can be ignored again, because this is not the form of the text here is not to make a claim or an assertion. It's just using the vocabulary that's necessary for the topic. I'm going to move a little bit further down and we come to an example like this where there's a little bit more highlighted text, and if I go down a bit further to the bottom of page 4, we'll see there's a longer phrase. The phrase has before it the more time the students spend, and then the highlighted part continues, interacting with information and practicing skills, the more proficient they become. As a tutor, I would advise the student to either put that highlighted section in quotes or paraphrase it, and it really would be quite easy to do either. That would avoid any potential difficulty with that. Of course, that in itself, that's a very short piece, and if there were hardly any of those in a 6,000 word assignment, then the problem would be very small, but one might as well deal with it either by showing it as a quote or paraphrasing it. If I move on to the next page, now we've got really quite a lot more highlighted text, and there's a definite need for the writer to be advised here. The brown text is quite substantial. It's making statements and claims that are not obvious, that are clearly drawn from somewhere else. In fact, the source is named Watson and Watson 2007, and this reminds me that we found that some students think that when text is cut and pasted from a source, that it's sufficient to cite the source, perhaps also including the page number. That is not sufficient. If the source were paraphrased, it would be appropriate to cite the source, Watson and Watson 2007, but when the source is actually used as a quote, it has to be shown as a quote, and there are two ways of doing that: either putting quote marks around the quoted text, or indenting a longer piece of text, making an indented block of text. The page number should be included. So here there's a clear case for advising the writer that that text needs to be amended, either paraphrased or shown as a quote. Now there's really no need for a tutor, say, to go further than this page, because it's quite clear that the student needs some guidance, and I would suggest to the writer that they try to work these bits of text up in an appropriate form, and then apply the same rules, as it were, to any other highlighted text that they find, apart from very short sections or names. Well, I hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching.